What's up everyone? Today we're going to talk about Middleton and why it's a good thing for the Villages. So if you didn't see my last video, I'll link it up here somewhere. Middleton is the area south of the Turnpike, south of Marsh Bend. It is a place specifically for the working young families that work and live in the Villages. So it's going to be for young families and kids under 19. Right now you can live in Villages younger than 55, but you have to be 19 and up legally to live in the area. Understandably, this area, Middleton, is going to take up a large amount of former farmland. This was all cattle, and it's an area right south of the Coleman prison, the federal prison. It's definitely going to reduce the amount of free space for local wildlife. Something that's been happening in this area since the explosion of the Villages and just the population growth of Central Florida in general. Everybody blames the Villages for this, but Marion County has been one of the fastest growing counties, and Ocala has been one of the fastest growing cities in Florida for a long time. So Middleton is going to be the new home of the Villages High School, and they are going to have a K-8 campus there as well. You're going to have a shopping area, nightlife, and family housing around the outside of Middleton downtown. They're calling it downtown. I would call it similar to like one of the squares like Brownwood or Spanish Springs or Lake Sumter, because it's going to have all the retail stores, just a main hub for the whole residential area, but it's going to be driven toward the families. So I think what this area does is it brings local affordable housing to the area for the young families that work in the Villages. A lot of younger people work in the Villages because it does provide so many jobs and careers specifically in this area. You're also going to get top-end local amenities that residents in the Villages currently enjoy, which I think is kind of fair for young families, especially since it's going to be dedicated to one area. There is also a couple specific younger areas in the Villages for families, like Oxford Oaks, where younger families can live, but it's not going to be the same because Oxford Oaks doesn't have a square. They don't have retail. They have Oxford that they can just go to the retail areas or obviously in the Villages, but it's not like a dedicated downtown area. It is kind of similar though, because the high school is right by Oxford Oaks, the current charter school, and K-8 as well. Now what the Villages says about this is they're trying to reduce the amount of travel, and they're cultivating a culture in the community and keeping people invested in the Villages. I mean, personally for me, I drive 40 to 45 minutes to work each day, one way. That's not even including dropping my kids off at school or not. If I can jump on a golf cart, drop my kids off, and drive my golf cart to work within 20 minutes, I think that's a big plus. Having everything right there is another big plus. Think about how much time you spend on travel every day, or how much time you did spend on travel when you were actually traveling to and from work, getting groceries. That's why all of these delivery companies and pickup apps are now out there, because people are trying to save time with all the different things that they have going on. This area is literally going to bring families inside the bubble, and what I mean by that is inside the Villages bubble, opposed to like Oxford Oaks just being on the outside. Families are going to enjoy all of the same things. Everything's going to be condensed into such a small area and reachable via golf cart access. There are 4 parks outlined in the plans for the building of this area around the outside, along with running, biking, and hiking trails, which is great for active young adults. Tons of leisure and exercise. I'm going to be interested to see if they're going to bring a fitness facility in. Maybe MVP Health Club will go down there also, maybe a smaller gym. Maybe you might see something else other than MVP. I'm not sure. Maybe it'll be a Villages center, kind of like the rec centers. Either way, I'm sure they'll have something in line. This whole thing is scheduled to be completed in 2023, but with the construction going on out there, I assume you'll see a lot more going on. I'm really interested to see what the housing is going to cost out there, because especially for families around my age and probably from 30 to 50 with children, I think it's going to go pretty fast. I know a lot of my friends are already talking about it, and I've been thinking about it as well, just because the ease of use and where it's at. Centrally located, you can't beat it. As always, thank you for watching. Go ahead and subscribe if you haven't, and we'll see you in the next one. Go Packers!